Okay, so hello, grade 7. Welcome to a brand new school year. So, this time we are not just starting a new school year, we are about to dive in our first topic in Term 1 Science 7. So, are you excited, guys? If yes, so patingin nga, show some energy. Okay, so I am Sir Wawi, your ever curious science buddy, and I will be your guide in exploring the wonders of science in a fun and simple way. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you'll always stay updated with our video lessons and activities. All right, let's begin our learning journey in the first term of our school year. Okay, so our topic or first topic in Science 7 is about scientific models and the particle model of matter. So, do you have an idea about this topic, or are you familiar with the word scientific, models, particle? Okay. What about the word matter? Okay. So I know that you already encountered the word matter in your elementary years, right? Okay, so let's dig deeper about this topic. Okay, so for our learning competency, so the first one is recognize that scientists use models to explain phenomena that cannot be easily seen or detected. Okay, the second one, describe the particle model of matter as all matter is made up of tiny particles with each pure substance having its own kind of particles. Okay, and for our learning objectives, explain why scientists use models. Okay, bakit ba mga anak? Bakit kaya gumagamit ng models ang mga scientists? What is the reason behind that? Okay, so what do you think will be the reason or the reason why scientists use models to explain a particular topic? Like for example, okay, example lang mga anak ha, if I will discuss our planet, Earth, bakit ako nagdadala, let's say, ng malaking globe or whatever model about our planet? Okay, ano yung reason bakit ako nagdadala ng physical? Okay, physical picture of the Earth. Okay. And second one, describe the particle model of matter. Okay, so we will discuss the particle model of matter and we will try to explain what it is. Okay. Explain that matter is made up of tiny particles. Okay. So we will try to explain that matter is made up of tiny particles. What particle is that? Okay, and then number four, identify that different substances have different particles. Is that so? Okay, do you think that different substances contains different particles? Like for example, okay, the water and the book. Do you think that they contains different particles? Okay, so your answer is yes. Let's see. Okay, number five, appreciate the importance of scientific models. So we will try to appreciate what do you think is the importance of those models in our day-to-day activities? Okay, especially in understanding a particular concept. Okay, so for our opening question, so have you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered why perfume spreads in a room? Sino dito yung nagpabango bago pumasok? Okay, nagpabango ako kasi para 'pag napadaan ako kay crush, maaamoy. Okay, so bakit naamoy ni crush yung perfume mo or bakit nag-spread out? Hindi mo naman siya hinawakan or directly hinawakan, 'di ka naman lumapit ng super super bongga, ano? Okay, so why sugar disappears in a water? O, 'di ba? When we, put a sugar in a water, why do you think it disappear? Biglang nawala. It vanishes. Parang si Avatar. Okay, ano nag-vanished. Okay. And the next question is, why ice melts? Bakit naman natutunaw yung yelo? Okay. Bakit kaya? Okay. Nakita na ba kayo ng yelo na natunaw? So, sige. So, those questions, okay, I will left it hanging. Iiwan ko muna yon para masagot natin. Okay, in our later discussion. So sa ating latter part of our discussion or in our latter part of our discussion, we will try to answer those questions later. And for this question, the big idea for this question is scientists use models to explain this phenomenon. Okay, so mga anak, those questions can be explained only using models. Kayang-kaya natin 'yan. Okay, sir, kasi, yung perfume po nag-spread sa room kasi, it is gas. Okay, 'di ba, gas. So, ano ngayon kung gas siya, 'di ba? Okay, so ano ngayon kung gas? So, paano natin siya i-explain in a way na maiintindihan natin through the use of models? So, why sugar disappears in water? Okay, kasi sir, it dissolves, na-dissolve. Paano? Papakita natin through models. Why ice melts? Okay, papakita din natin through models. Ano? Ayan. So, our first activity or quick review, matter or not. So, try niyong sabihin sa akin kung yung object na makikita natin or substance is a matter or not. So, read each item, right? Check if it is matter, if it is has mass and occupies space, or X if not matter. If it does not. Ano? So, pag matter, lalagyan natin ng check. Pag hindi naman, di lalagyan natin ng X. Ay, X ka sa akin. Ayun. So, water. The first substance is water. Okay. So, do you think that water is an example of matter? Correct. Very good, mga anak. Yes. It's matter. It's a liquid, right? Okay, what about air? Air. Do you think that air is a matter? Correct, it is, because air is a gas, right? What about light? Do you think that light is a matter? Correct. Okay, it's not matter. So, not matter. Hindi po siya matter. Ano. So, next. What about a rock? Correct, it's a solid. What about sound? Okay, it's not matter. Ano. So, um, though sound is not an example of matter. What about wood? Correct. It's matter. It's a solid. Ano? What about smoke? Correct. It's matter. It's a gas. What about heat? Okay, it's not matter. What about book? Correct. It's solid. It's a matter. So, na-perfect ba natin yung first activity? Okay, we can easily trace a particular substance if it is matter or not, if it is solid, liquid, or gas. Or, in a simple explanation, if that particular substance has mass, do you know the word mass? May bigat. And occupy space. Nag-occupy siya ng space, may volume. Okay, so it means, or in a short explanation, a particular substance or object is an example of matter if it has mass and volume. Okay, so next. So for a quick question, what do all examples of matter have in common? Ano yung pagkakatulad ng mga example ng matter na nakita ninyo? Like for example, the water, the air, the smoke, ano pa ba yung nandoon? We also have a book. Okay, so a rock and a wood. Ano yung pagkakatulad nila? Okay. What do all examples of matter have in common? So, all examples of matter have mass. Okay, may bigat. Okay. And occupy space. Nag-occupy sila ng space. May volume. Okay. Yung wood, may bigat yun. Nag-occupy siya ng space. Yung water, nag-occupy ng space. May bigat. So, yung air po ba may bigat? Yes. They also have mass. But compared to solid and liquid, they are much more lighter. Okay? And nag-occupy ba ng space ang gases? Yes, it do. It does rather. Okay. They also have volume and can be observed or measured. Okay. Tatandaan lang natin, mga anak, na yung mga matter kaya nating ma-measure. Okay, their mass and their volume. Okay. And we can also use different tool to measure it. Okay, yung kanilang volume, yung kanilang masses. Okay, yung ating nabanggit kanina, light, the sound, the heat, they are not example of matter. Okay, kasi hindi natin ma-measure yung kanilang total volume, okay, yung masses nila. Aba, yung sound ang bigat. Okay, kaya ba nating ma-measure yung mass ng sound? Okay, sound is an example of matter. It's a wave. Okay. So, all sort of, all sort of that. Okay, atin pang i-dig deeper grade 7. Ano? So, next, key idea, what is matter? So, pwede nyo itong screenshot as a part of your notes, pwede niyong sulat sa inyong mga notebook. Okay, so matter is anything that. Okay, para mas magets natin. Based on our activity, matter is anything that has mass. May bigat. This means it has weight or amount of material in it. Okay, in science, if we're going to be totally scientifically inclined, pag sinabi ng mass is the total amount of matter in an object, di ba? Okay, it is the weight, the amount of material in it. Example, a water, a wood, all have mass because they can be weighted. Okay, na-measure natin yan. Kaya natin yung i-measure. Ano? Occupy space, may volume. Okay, matter takes up room or space. Example, air inside a balloon. Diba, nag-take ng space yung air sa balloon, kaya yun ay nag-expand. Okay, air inside the balloon fills the balloon, showing that air occupies space. Okay, has volume. Volume, it is the amount of space an object takes up. Yun nga, it occupies space. Similar na yung 2 and 3. And an example nito, water in a bottle has volume because it fills part of the bottle. Okay, tandaan natin mga anak, dalawa lang naman yung component ng matter. Kailangan may mass, kailangan may volume, kailangan may bigat, kailangan nag-occupy siya ng space. Okay? Kaya natin yang magets. What about pillow? Do you think that pillow is an example of matter? Yes. What about you? Yes. What about your cell phone? Yes. What about a coin? Yes. What about a cotton? Yes. What about a juice? Yes. What about um a rack, a leaf? Okay, so those are example of matter. So mostly, yung mga tangible objects na nahahawakan natin, nakikita natin, and nafe-feel natin is an example of matter. Ano? Okay, so do you have questions about this? Hopefully, wala na. Ano? So next, activity number 1. Let's proceed in our first activity. Can you see it? Nakikita mo ba? Okay, so our objective is recognize that some things cannot be seen directly but still exist and are considered matter. And for our instruction, observe each example carefully and complete the table. I-complete natin yung table by writing yes or no, based on whether it can be seen and whether it exists. Then explain your answer briefly. So titingnan natin, may isang statement, sasabihin natin kung ito ba'y nag-exist, sasagutin natin kung yes or no, and then you will explain why. Bakit yes, bakit no. Okay, so complete the table below by answering yes or no. Let's say, the first one, air. Can you see it? Nakikita mo ba ang air? Nakikita mo ba ang air? No, hindi natin yun nakikita. So, mga anak, pwede muna natin pala itong screenshot and then sagutan muna. And then later, sasagutan na natin. Ano? Okay, pause muna natin. Okay, so tapos na. So pag tapos na, let's answer it. So air, can you see it? No. Does it exist? Yes. Why do you think so? Bakit kaya natin nasabi nag-i-exist ang air? We can feel it when the wind blows. Smell of perfume, can you see it? No. Does it exist? Yes. We can smell it in the air. Okay, nag-i-exist siya kasi naamoy natin. Pero nakikita ba natin? Hindi. Germs. Nakikita mo ba? No. Does it exist? Yes. Okay, why do you think so? Paano mo nasabi nag-i-exist ang germs? They can make people sick. That's the evidence. Ano? So, smoke. Can you see it? Yes. Nakikita naman natin yung smoke. It's very visible. Does it exist? Yes. Okay. Ano pang sabi dyan? Why do you think so? It can be seen coming from fire, vehicles, or other objects. Ano? So, lastly, we have wind. Can you see it? No. Does it exist? Yes. Why do you think so? We can feel it moving. Okay. We can feel it. The air. Okay. When the wind blows, nafe-feel natin. Ano? So, hopefully, na-perform natin or na gawa natin yung first activity. So, why do some things exist even if we cannot see them? Bakit kaya yung ibang bagay nag-i-exist pa din kahit hindi natin nakikita? Okay. Nag-i-exist sila, nasa paligid sila, pero hindi natin nakikita. Yung hangin, nakikita mo ba? Okay, hindi ano, yung smell ng pabango, nakikita mo ba? Hindi. Pero nandyan talaga sila. Okay, so the answer for this question, some things exist even if we cannot see them because they can still be felt. Nararamdaman natin to through our sense of touch, smelled, or observed through their effects. Okay? So those are the evidence na may mga bagay na hindi na natin nakikita pero nag-i-exist. Okay. So how do we know that air smell and germs are present around us? Okay. Paano natin nalaman na that air, yung amoy ng perfume, yung germs are present around us? We know that air, smell, and germs are present. Nandito sila sa paligid because we can feel, smell, or experience their effects on our body and surroundings. Okay. So, tandaan natin, or for our key idea, some things cannot be seen directly with our eyes, but they still exist because they can be detected through their effects, such as feeling, smelling, or observing changes in the environment. Okay, for our activity number 2, how do scientists study the unseen? Paano ba pinag-aaralan ng mga scientists, mga anak, yung mga bagay na hindi nakikita? Okay, kaya ba nating pag-aralan? What do you think? Okay, so for our objectives, explain why scientists use models to study things that cannot be directly seen. Okay, yun ang importansya mga anak. That's the importance of model. Okay, in our activity, I give that activity for you to realize the importance of a model. Okay, so for us to really understand those things that we can't see, okay, but this exists, okay, we will use model. Ano? So for our instruction, match its situation with the correct reason why scientists use model. Ano? Okay, so match each situation with the correct reason scientists use models. So our first situation is the atom structure. Mga anak, atom, okay, is a small particle of matter. A small particle of matter. All matter contains atom. Pero nakikita ba natin sila? Okay? Hindi. That's why, okay, sasagutan natin 'to, paalala ulit mga anak, screenshot niyo muna. Okay, ayan, screenshot, and then pause, and then sagutan. Be honest, okay? Honesty is the best policy. So, ito yung mga sagot natin. So, ang atom ang mga anak, gumagamit ng model ang mga scientists because they are too small. A volcano interior. Okay, bakit kaya tayo gagamit ng model to explain para ipaliwanag ang loob ng volcano? It's too dangerous. Alam nga namang 'pag mga anak ang ating topic ngayon is about volcano, volcanic eruption. Alangan dalhin ko kayo doon sa Taal, 'di ba? It's too dangerous. That's why we use models, pictures, etc. Ano? Or replica. Ano? Yan. Next, planet and outer space. Bakit tayo gumagamit ng model ng solar system? It's too far. Alangan, kaya ko kayong dalhin sa space. Hindi. Okay. Germs under the skin. Bakit tayo nagagamit ng mga pictures, okay, ng mga models of a particular type of a bacteria? Because they are too small inside a human body organ. Mm-mm. Nagpakita ako ng liver, stomach, okay, and then heart. Alangan namang dukutin ko yung heart ko, yung liver ko para ipakita. Okay? Kasi nga, yung inside a human body organ, impossible to see directly. Okay? And then, it's very impossible, especially, pag kinuha natin yung isang organ, delikado yan, mamamatay yung isang tao. Ano? So, that's the reason. Those are the sample reasons why we use models, mga anak, or why scientists use models. At pag gumagamit tayo ng models, again, it can make the things easier. Mas naiintindihan natin, right? Okay. So, why can scientists not always observe things directly? Bakit kaya yung mga bagay, may mga bagay na ang mga scientists hindi nila na-observe directly? Okay, scientists cannot always observe things directly because some are too small, napakaliit, too far away, too dangerous, or hidden inside object or living things. Okay, ayun, yung mga bagay. Or yung reason kung bakit yung mga scientists hindi talaga ma-observe yung ibang bagay ng malapitan. Okay. Next, what tool do scientists use to understand this hidden or hard to see things? Ano yung ginagamit? Correct. Scientists use models to understand and explain things that cannot be seen directly. Gumagamit tayo ng mga models. Okay. Next, for our next activity number 3, match the model. Identify scientific models and describe what real objects they represent. Match column A, model, with column B, real object or idea it represents. Okay, so for our scientific model, what, why do scientists do when they cannot see something directly? Okay, have you ever seen a globe? Nakita na ba kayo ng globe, mga anak? A solar system model, a skeleton model in your classroom? Nakita na ba kayo? A globe is used, tama. A globe is used to represent the Earth because we cannot bring the real Earth inside the classroom. Aba, yung totoong Earth, kaya ba nating ipasok sa room? Hindi. Ang laki nun. Okay, kaya gagamit tayo ng model. A solar system model helps us understand the sun and the planets. Aba, hindi natin kayang pumunta dyan sa taas. A human skeleton models, mga buto ko sa katawan, buto ninyo, kaya ba nating ma-observe directly? Hindi. Gagamit tayo ng models. Okay, shows the bones inside our body without using a real human body. An atom model helps us to understand particles that are too small to see. Ayan yung mga example, anak, yung globe. Okay, pag may model tayo ng globe, kaya natin ma-explain yung some things about Earth. Model ng solar system, na-name natin yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga planet. Okay, yung mga bones natin through the use of skeletal model. Okay, na-explain natin yung mga parts, yung ating skull, cranium, ribs, 'di ba? Okay, so kaya-kaya nating explain through the use of models. Atom. Ito yung pinaka one of the a small particle of matter which is um invisible to our naked eye. Hindi natin to nakikita. Okay, next. Scientists use different types of models. Gumagamit ang mga scientists ng iba't ibang types ng models, mga anak, tandaan, depending on what they want to study. Okay, there are physical models, yung ating pinakita kanina, like globes, skeletons, that you can touch. Physical nga eh, physical yung kaya nating hawakan. There are also conceptual models. Pwedeng conceptual model na nag-explain ng ideas like particle model of matter. Okay, tandaan natin, a particle model of matter, which is the topic for today, is an example of conceptual model. Okay, lastly, yung mathematical models natin that use numbers, yung mga formulas, they are example of models. Ginagamit sila to make things easier, to represent and predict real situations. Okay, so since many things in science are too small, too big, too far, or too dangerous to observe directly, scientists use models to help explain and understand them. So, alam na mga anak kung bakit tayo gumagamit ng mga models? Okay. Alam na yung tatlong type ng models. Physical, conceptual, and mathematical. Okay. So, activity sheet. So, italagay natin dito, column A, model, and then choices, maglalagay tayo diyan. Okay, kung ano yung match niya. Okay, so pwede nating i-screenshot ito bago tayo mag-proceed. Na-screenshot na, and then pause. O kaya pause niyo muna. Okay. So, globe, for the answer is letter C. Ano? It's the planet Earth. Model of a planet Earth. Solar system model. It's letter D for sun and planets to explain the sun and the planets. Okay. Human skeleton model. Okay. To explain bones of the human body. Atom model. Okay. It's to explain the structure of atom. What are the subatomic particles like the electron, the proton, the neutron. Okay. Earth, the real concept. Okay, so letter E, whole Earth system to explain what's in it, the land, the water, the air. Okay, so yan po. Ano? Next, what is a scientific model, mga anak? So a scientific model is a representation of an object, idea, or process used to explain and understand it. Tandaan natin. To represent. Scientific model is to represent the object para ma-explain yung idea, ma-explain yung processes, di ba? Okay. Next, why do scientists use model instead of the real object? Bakit tayo gumagamit? Okay, ng models nga instead of the real object. Like for example, lava o kaya let's say volcanic eruption. Bakit kailangan natin gumamit ng mga simulation models or a models itself? Okay, scientists use model because the real objects are often too large, hindi madala sa school.
Okay, let's say mga animals yung discussion natin. Alangan namang bitbitin natin yung giraffe, yung elephant. Siyempre, mag-aano tayo ng physical models. Ano? Okay, too large, too small, too far, or too complex to study directly. Nagdi-discuss tayo ng stomach. Oh, kailangan kunin natin yung stomach natin para lang makita. Hindi. That's why we will use models. Okay. Next, why use models? Okay, so our objective is to explain the importance of scientific models in understanding and representing real-world objects and ideas. So for the instructions, match each reason with the correct example. Okay, pa-screenshot mo na anak and then sasagutan natin later. Tapos na? Okay, why scientists use models? Magpipili tayo dito sa gitna ng ating sagot. Explain ideas. Okay, so for explain ideas is letter D. Globe showing Earth's continents. Observe hidden things. Okay, it's letter B. Ano? Atom model showing tiny particles yung hindi natin nakikita. Predict the outcomes. Okay, ano kaya? It's letter C. Ano? Weather model predicting typhoon path. Ito yung madalas na ginagamit ng mga meteorologists, mga anak, ano? Predict outcomes. Okay, ito yung ginagamit minsan sa mga balita. Pinapakita sa atin yung models kung saan pa punta, predict yung bagyo or yung path ng bagyo. Simplify complex concepts. Okay, solar system models showing planet movements. Gumagamit tayo ng mga models dito. Okay, actually may nakita akong models dito yung paggalaw, pag-orbit ng revolve ng mga planets sa sun. Yung nagalaw mismo talaga mga anak. Okay, the battery. Okay. Next. Okay, think, pair, share. Why is a globe useful even if it is smaller than Earth? Bakit kaya siya useful kahit mas maliit sa Earth? Okay, a globe is useful even if it is smaller than Earth because it is a simplified representation that help us easily study and understand the Earth's shape, continents, and locations. If it makes learning about Earth possible without needing the real planet, okay, ang globe napakahalaga niya. Kahit hindi siya yung tunay, ano, kaya nating ma-pinpoint yung location ng ibang mga continents ng mga ibang bansa, okay, the locations of the different oceans, 'di ba? Kaya nating ma-pinpoint yung exact latitude, longitude, okay, the equator. It's really useful. Kung sino man yung nakaisip, gumawa ng globe talagang napakagaling. Ano? Because it is a representation, a replica of our planet. Though it's not the exact, because our planet, the shape of our planet is oblate spheroid, still it's very useful. Ano? Okay. What are the uses of scientific models? Ano yung uses niya? Okay, scientific models are used to explain ideas, may paliwanag yung mga bagay-bagay, observe hidden things para maipaliwanag yung mga hindi natin nakikita, predict the outcomes, pwedeng ma-predict yung outcomes, simplify complex concepts or to simplify complex concepts. Okay, ang galing na no. Pag may model tayong dala, kayang-kaya nating maintindihan yung mga bagay-bagay. Okay, kaysa lang sinasabi ano, let's say microscope. Mas maganda pag discuss tayo ng microscope. May dalang real model of a microscope. Okay, right? Okay, next. How do models help us understand real objects better? Model help us understand real objects better by giving a simpler and clearer representation of things that are too small, too big, too far, or too complex to observe directly. Okay, for our next activity, invisible but real particle model starter. So identify things that cannot be seen directly and explain how the particle model represents matter. Right check if the object is too small to see with the naked eye and cross if it can be seen. Okay. There are many things around us that are too small to see with our eyes. Examples include atoms, molecules, particles, and germs. Even if we cannot see them directly, scientists are sure that they exist because they can observe their effects on our or use special tools and models. For example, we cannot see germs, but we know they can cause sickness. We cannot see atoms and molecules, but they make up all matter around us. Because these things are too small to observe directly, scientists use models to help explain and understand them. This leads us to an important idea in science. Everything around us is made up of tiny particles, even if we cannot see them. Okay, lahat ng bagay or all example of matter is made up of particles. Even if we cannot see them, they exist. Okay, so right check if the object is too small to see with the naked eye and cross or X. Ayan, if it can be seen. Atom, nakikita ba natin? No. Ano? Sige, natapos na. Ayan. Atom, nakikita ba natin? Okay, it's too small. Ano? So, check. Rock, nakikita ba natin? Nakikita, yes. Cross. Molecule, okay, same as atom, hindi natin nakikita. Too small. Germs, too small. A tree, okay, it can be seen. Ano? What about particles? It's too small. Okay, so na-perfect ba? Okay, so complete the sentence. All matter is made up of tiny, lahat ng bagay is made up of tiny animals, particles, cells only, or planets. It's made up of tiny particles. Sir, it's cells kayo. Mhm. Ang bato ba may cell? Non-living? It's a matter, right? So, ang tama dyan is tiny particles. Okay, so atoms, molecules, particles, and germs are too small to see directly. Okay, scientific models are used to explain ideas, observe hidden things, predict outcomes, and simplify complex concepts. So, how do scientists study these tiny things? Scientists study these tiny things using models and special tools that represent their structure and behavior. So, number activity 6, everything is made up of particles. Explain that all matter is made up of tiny particles and identify examples of matter based on the particle model. So read and answer each activity carefully by writing true or false in part A and matter or not matter in part B according to the particle model of matter. Okay, so remember, a particle model of matter, everything around us is made of matter, even if we cannot see some things clearly. Science explains that all matter is made up of tiny particles. Tandaan mga anak, lahat ng matter, solid, liquid, and gas is made up of tiny particles. Anong particles kaya yun? Ano? So these particles are extremely small, always present, and cannot be seen with the naked eye. For example, water, air, metal, paper, and plastic are all made up of particles. Even though air cannot be seen, it still exists because it has particles that can occupy space. This idea helps us understand that matter is not continuous, but is made up of very tiny building blocks. Okay, this concept is called the particle model of matter, which explains that all substances around us are made up of tiny particles that are always in motion and always present. Okay, so ito na, i-reveal na ni Sir Wawi. These are the particle model of matter. The first one is solid, liquid, and gas. Yung red mga anak is a model of particles in solid. Yung blue naman is a model or a particle model of liquid. And then the last one, yung green is a particle model of gas. So observe how they differ. 'Di ba? Through the use of models, ang dali nating ma-observe, ma-explain how particles looks like in different states of matter, in solid, liquid, and gas. 'Di ba in solid, tingnan niyo yung mga particles, mga dikit-dikit. Sa liquid, medyo may spaces. Sa gas, layo, layo. Okay, so ang dali ng explain, ano? Yan ang kagandahan sa models. Okay, right through if the statement agrees with the particle model of matter and false if not. Particles are large enough to see with the naked eyes. Nakikita ba natin? Okay, it's false. Particles, hindi natin nakikita, no, it's too small. Particles are extremely tiny and cannot be seen using only our eyes. All matter is made up of tiny particles. Correct, it's true lahat. Solid, liquid, and gas is made up of tiny particles. The particle model states that everything made of matter is composed of very small particles. Particles are always present in matter. Okay, it's true. Particles are always present in gas, in liquid, and in solid. Every kind of matter contains particles even if we cannot see them. Yung gas nga, hindi natin nakikita but it contains particle. Only water is made up of particles. Water lang ba? What about solid and gas? It's false. Okay. All matter, not just water, is made up of particles including air, metal, plastic, and paper. Particles cannot be seen but they exist. It's true. Hindi natin nakikita but they exist. Paano nyo na-explain nga? Through the use of models. Although particles are too small to see with the naked eye, scientists know they exist because of experiments and observations and through the use of models. Okay, so next, identify if the item is matter or not matter based on the particle model. Water. Screenshot nyo na lang mga anak para masagutan ninyo. And then pause, then reveal the answer. Okay, so water is a matter, air is matter, light is not matter, metal is matter, heat is not matter, plastic is matter. So naka-perfect score ba kayo? Naka-perfect naka-perfect score ba kayo? Okay, so sino who got a perfect score? Ayan. So, tandaan natin, ano nga ulit pag sinabing matter? Dapat ang matter, it has mass and has volume. May weight and may space na ino-occupy. Bakit ang light and heat is not matter? Because these are an example of energy that flows. Hindi natin kayang ma-measure yung exact amount niya ng mass, okay, yung kanyang volume or space occupied. Ano? So, basta may mass, may volume, it's matter. Okay, next. Ayan. Why do all types of matter have in common based on the particle model? So, all types of matter are made up of tiny particles. Lahat. It's made up of tiny particles, solid, liquid, and gas. Why do we say air is matter even if we cannot see it? Bakit naman ang air? Sinabi nating matter kahit hindi naman natin siya nakikita. Okay, air is considered matter because it is made up of particles that have mass and occupy space, even if we cannot see it. Okay, so the particle model of matter explains that everything around us is made up of extremely tiny particles. These particles are always present in all kinds of matter, such as water, air, wood, metal, and plastic. Although particles are too small to be seen with the naked eye, scientists know they exist because matter has mass and occupies space. This model helps us understand why different materials have different properties and why matter can change from one state to another. By using the particle model, scientists can explain how substances behave, mix, move, and change in everyday life. Okay. So, activity number 7, different particles, different substances. Explain that different substances are made up of different kinds of particles. Complete the analogy, compare the substances, and answer the guide questions to show that different substances are made of different kinds of particles. Hindi lahat ng substances pare-parehas yung particles na bumubuo sa kanila. Just remember that. Okay, so different particles, different substances. So look around in the classroom and observe the objects around you. Okay, you may see water bottles, meron ba? Paper, plastic, chairs, metal desk, or wooden tables. Even though these objects are all forms of matter, they are not exactly the same. They have different colors, textures, strength, and uses because they are made of different kind of particles. Tandaan mga anak, okay, those particles can influence the texture, the strength of a particular matter. Yung pagiging matigas, malambot, smooth, okay, and it's at different characteristics. It's because of the particles that made them. Okay, think of a building blocks or a Lego pieces. Nakita na kayo? So, different blocks can be combined. Pwede natin silang pagsama-samahin to create different objects such as houses, cars, or robots. In the same way, different particles form. Okay, nagsasama-sama din sila to form different substances. Water is made up of water particles, while oxygen is made up of oxygen particles. Since the particles are different, the substances also have different properties. The particle model of matter explained that every substances has its own kind of particles which makes each material unique. Nabanggit din kayo ng mga anak, water. Okay, ang water is made up of water particles. Yung particles ng water nakaapekto sa kanya, that's why siya ay liquid. Okay. Yung oxygen particles, yun din ang nagde-describe sa kanya. That's why it's a gas. Okay. Next, this is the particle of model of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. Tandaan natin mga anak yung arrangement nila. Ano? So, complete the analogy, fill in the blanks with the correct word. Different building blocks create different objects. Different particles create different substances. Water particles are different from oxygen particles. Tandaan natin ano. So compare the substances, study the examples below and answer the question. So water and oxygen, do you think that they are the same particles? They are different. Ano? So water and oxygen are different substances. So they are made of different kinds of particles. Plastic and metal. Okay, ano, though they are solid, magkaiba pa din yung particles na bumubuo sa kanila. Yung plastic malambot, yung ating metal is very ano, hard. They are different. Plastics and metal have different particles, which is why they have different properties, such as hardness, flexibility, and conductivity. Okay, paper and wood, they are different. Ano? So, paper and wood are made up of different particles and materials, giving them different textures, strength, and uses. Okay, so why do different substances have different properties? Okay, different substances have different properties because they are made of different kinds of particles. Bakit ang cotton malambot? Because of the particles that made it. Bakit ang rock matigas? Because of the particles that made it. Okay, tandaan natin, pag iba ng particles, pag iba ng properties. Tandaan. How does the building block analogy help explain the particle model of matter? So the building block analogy helps explain that just as different blocks form different objects, different particles form different substances. Tandaan natin anak. So the particle model of matter states that all matter is made up of tiny particles. Different substances contain different kinds of particles, which is why materials have different properties and characteristics. Tingnan natin ang solid. Pag dikit-dikit ng mga particles, pag tigas, kaya solid. Okay, pag konting may spaces, nagiging liquid na sila. Okay, and then, pag sobrang lalayo, nagiging gas na sila. 'Di ba? Okay, based on the arrangement of particles, kaya nating predict kung anong state of matter siya. Okay. Sir, what if itong sa solid, naghiwa-hiwala yan ng konti-konti? It means, nagiging liquid na siya. Parang yung ice. Solid, nagiging liquid. So, ganun pala yung nangyayari sa mga particles na hindi natin nakikita. Pero through the use of models, we can explain it. Okay. Activity number 8, solid particles in action. Describe the arrangement and movement of particles in solids. Identify the characteristics of solid particles, classify the materials, and answer the guide questions about the arrangement and movement of particles in solid. So, particles in solid. Look at the solid objects around you, such as wood, may wood ba, stone, or a metal, and even your desk or chair. These objects look hard. Medyo matigas ano? And do not easily change shape. This is because of how their particles are arranged. So mga particles kasi ng solid, they are tightly packed. Sobrang dikit-dikit. Kaya, yung nagiging outcome ng object nagiging medyo matigas. In solids, particles are packed very close together in a fixed arrangement. They do not move freely from place to place. Instead, they only vibrate in their positions. Because the particles are tightly packed, med talagang dikit-dikit-dikit yung mga particles ng solid, solid keep their shape and are usually strong and stable. May fixed shape sila, hindi na babago-bago. This idea is part of the particle model of matter, which help us understand why solids behave the way they do in everyday life. Okay, so these are the particle diagram of a solid. Kaya pala dikit-dikit yung mga particle ng solid, kaya pala matigas, is kasi nga sobrang dikit-dikit ng mga particles, ano. So, naintindihan ba natin? Correct. So, put a check if the statement describe particles in solid and cross or X or X if not ano. So particles in solid are tightly packed. It is checked or cross. Okay, ano check? Ano? Particles move freely everywhere. Okay, hindi po ano. Kasi nga, ano nga po yung particles kanina ng solid daw? Hindi sila nakakagalaw masyado, but they still move through vibrations. Okay, through vibrations. Gumagalaw pa din yung mga particles ng solid through vibration, but they can not move freely kung saan-saan. Kasi sila ay tightly packed together. Particles have a fixed arrangement. Yes, may fixed arrangement sila. Hindi sila nababago. Okay, pag nababago yun, ay hindi yun solid. Aba, nababago ba ang shape ng chair? Pag halimbawa, pag upo ninyo let's say, yung inuupuan niyo square, pag bukas ba naging circle? Hindi nababago yung arrangement ng solid particles. Particles vibrate in place. Yes, they vibrate, but they cannot move freely. Particles are very far apart. Malalayo ba sa isa't isa yung sa solid? No. Okay, so write solid if the material is a solid. Tatignan natin. Tapos na? Okay, wood is a solid, water is not a solid, stone is a solid, metal is a solid, air is not a solid. So how are particles arranged in solids? In solids, particles are tightly packed in a fixed arrangement. Tandaan natin ano? Okay. How do particles move in solid materials? Paano ba gumagalaw nga ulit? Letter V, as in victory. Okay, particles in solid vibrate in place but do not move freely. Tatandaan. In solids, tingnan ninyo, particles are tightly packed together in a fixed arrangement. They do not move freely but only vibrate in place. This close arrangement of particles is the reason why solids have a definite shape and are strong and stable. Okay. Activity number 9, liquid particles in motion. Describe the movement and arrangement of particles in liquids. Identify the characteristics of liquid particles, classify the materials of liquids, and answer the guide questions to describe how liquid particles move and why liquids flow easily. Okay, so look at liquids you use every day, such as water. May water ba na nasa tumbler, juice, and oil. These materials do not have a fixed shape. Wala silang fixed shape. 'Di ba? Pag sinabi kong fixed shape ay yung original shape. Ang water ba sadyang box, square, wala. Excuse me. Kung ano yung shape ng kanilang pinaglalagyan, yun ang yung shape ng liquid. Ano? Because they can flow and take the shape of their container like a glass or a bottle. Kung ano yung shape ng tumbler nyo, yun ang shape ng water. Pero pag binago niyo yung lagayan, mababago din yung shape ng water kasi water do not have a fixed shape. This happens because of how their particles are arranged. Ganon yung characteristics ng water because of how their particles are arranged. Medyo may mga spaces. In liquids, particles are close together but not tightly fixed. Isla tightly fixed in place. They can move around and slide past each other. This movement allows liquids to flow easily from one place to another. Kaya ang mga liquid nagfo-flow, dumadaloy because of how their particles are arranged. Okay, one characteristics of liquids. Sa solid, kaya matatigas ang solid because their particles are tightly packed, dikit-dikit. Sa water, kaya sila nagfo-flow, dumadaloy because their particles are slide past each other. Nakakagalaw. Okay, so using the particle model of matter, we can understand why liquids behave differently from solids, even though both are made of particles. So these are the particle diagram of liquid. Tingnan ninyo mga anak, hindi na dikit-dikit may mga spaces na. Kaya ang mga liquid nakaka-flow. Okay, because of how their particles are arranged. Okay, so write Check if the statement describes particles in liquids and X or cross if not. So, pa-screenshot na lang mga anak and then reveal natin yung sagot. So, particles are close together. Yes, close together naman sa liquid talaga. But not tightly. Close lang, pero not tightly. Particles are tightly fixed. No, hindi siya tightly fixed. Close lang. Particles can move around each other. Yes. Particles flow easily. Yes. Particles are very far apart. It's a no. Ano? Ayan. Sige. Write liquid if the item is a liquid. Okay, tapos na. Water is a liquid, juice is a liquid, oil is a liquid, metal is not a liquid, it's a solid. Air is not a liquid but a gas. Okay, how do particles in liquids move? Particles in liquids move around each other and are not fixed in place. Ano? Okay. Why do liquids flow easily? Liquids flow easily because their particles can slide and move past one another. Okay. So generalization, liquid particles are close together but not tightly fixed in place. They can move around and slide past each other, which allows liquids to flow easily and take the shape of their container while still having a definite volume. Okay. So, activity number 10, gas particles everywhere. Describe the arrangement and movement of particles in gases. Determine whether the statements describe gases, identify which items are gases, and answer the guide questions to explain how gas particles move and why gases spread quickly. Okay. So, look at the air around you. Even though you cannot see it, air is everywhere and fills the space in the room. Other examples of gases include oxygen that we breathe and steam from hot water. Gas particles are very different from solid and liquids. In gases, particles are far apart from each other and move freely in all directions because they are widely spaced and moving fast. Gases spread out quickly and can fill any container or space available. Using the particle model of matter, we can understand why gases have no definite shape and no definite volume, unlike solids and liquids. Okay, so this is the particle diagram of gas. Tingnan nyo naman, ang lalayo. Okay, that's why yung at gas, hindi natin siya nakikita. But we can feel it because of how the particles are arranged. So write true if the statement describes gases and false if not. Tapos na? Okay. Gas particles are far apart. True. Gas particles are tightly packed. Is a false. Gas particles move freely in all directions. True. When I say move freely, they can move anywhere they want. Okay. Gases spread quickly. True. Gas particles can move. False. Okay. Cannot move. False ano. So, yung ating opening question kanina, why perfume smells? Ano, bakit kaya naamoy natin? So, yun yung reason. Yung mga particles sa gases kasi, they can move freely anywhere they want in a room. So, kung yung particle ng perfume sa gas, ng spray natin, nandun sa unahan, pwede yung particle na yon mag-move freely. Okay, sa room. Kaya, pagdating sa'yo, naaamoy mo. Okay, yun yung reason. Okay, doon ano. So, write gas if the item is a gas. Okay, oxygen is a gas, steam is a gas, air is a gas, water is not a gas, it's a liquid, oil is not a gas, it's a liquid. Okay, how do particles in gases move? Gas particles move freely in all directions and spread out quickly. Okay, why do gases spread quickly? Bakit kaya, halimbawa nito yung sa perfume, bakit kaya ang bilis? Gases spread quickly because their particles are far apart and move freely. Hindi tulad sa solid liquid na yung kanilang mga particles close or sa liquid as a solid naman tightly packed. Gas particles are far apart and move freely in all directions. Because of this, gases have no definite shape and no definite volume, and they spread quickly to fill any available space. Okay, ito yung ating comparison naman. Comparison of solid, liquid, and gas. The particle model of matter. So, property, arrangement of particles sa solid. Tightly packed. Fixed arrangement. In liquid, close together, not mixed. Sa gas, very far apart yung kanilang particles. Movement of particles sa solid, they vibrate. Sa liquid, they move or slide. Sa gas, move freely in all directions. Shape. Solid has definite shape. Liquid, no definite shape, but takes the shape of the container. Gas, they have no definite shape. Okay, what about the volume? Solid has definite volume. Okay, liquid, they have definite volume. Gas has no definite volume. Flow. Solid do not flow. Liquid flow easily. Gas flow very easily and spread out. Example of solid, wood, stone, or metal. For liquid, water, juice, or oil. For gas, air, oxygen, and steam. Ano? Ayan. So we're done in our lesson. Let's proceed in our formative assessment. So pwede nyo itong sagot at try sa bahay, mga anak. Ano? So choose the correct answer. Write the letter of your answer. So what is matter? Letter A, anything that has color. Letter B, anything that has mass and occupies space. Letter C, anything that moves. And letter B, anything that is visible. Correct is letter B, anything that has mass and occupies space. Which of the following is not matter? Yung hindi matter. Air, water, light, or wood? Correct, it's light. Light is an example of energy, not matter. According to the particle model, all matter is made up of atoms only, tiny particles, cells, energy waves. It's made up of letter B, tiny particles according to particle model of matter. A scientific model is A real object, B, a drawing only, C, a representation of an object, idea, or process, D, a toy only. Correct, it's letter C, ano, a representation of an object. Scientists use models too. Bakit gumagamit ng models? Replace the real objects, papalitan natin. Explain and understand things that are hard to see. Avoid experiments. Make science harder. Correct. It's letter B. Ano? Explain and understand things that are hard to see. In solids particle are far apart and moving freely, tightly packed and fixed, very fast and scattered, D, not present. Okay, is letter B, ano, tightly packed and fixed solid. Which of the following is an example of a scientific model? A, real Earth. B, globe. C, real human body. D, real atom. Okay, so ano po? It's letter B. It's a globe. Particles in liquids cannot move, are fixed in place, cannot move around each other, are very far apart. Okay, it's letter C, no, are fixed in place. Okay, so next, gas particles are very close together, tightly packed, far apart, and moving freely. Okay, they can move freely. Letter C. Lastly, why do scientists use models again? Okay, it's letter A, to replace real objects. B, to explain and simplify complex or invisible things. To avoid studying science. To make things more confusing. Correct, it's letter B. To explain and simplify complex or invisible things. Naka-perfect ba? Hopefully. Okay, so thank you so much, grade 7, and I hope that you learned something for today.